Hello, folks. This is writer-director Brian Green, and this is the director's intro to Forgotten Souls. First off, if you're going to rip off from the best, I have made no bones about the fact that this particular short film was inspired greatly by a short story written by one Richard Matheson, which is titled Disappearing Act, not to be confused with Disappearing Acts that came a little bit later starring Wesley Snipes and Sanaa Lathan. That is an entirely different thing. Disappearing Act is a somewhat fantasy story which entails much of what you would see in this particular short film, where persons are disappearing around a central character, and the subsequent characters, the rest of the cast, the extras, the relatives, friends, family, whatever you want to call it, have no knowledge about these people. They once the persons have disappeared, they have no recollection that these people ever existed at all. The premise of that is relatively, I don't want to say old. I don't like that term, but it's been used. It's been used in a couple of different fronts. Of course, the Twilight Zone episode and the Sky Was Opened, maybe being one of the most prominent ones of that particular genre that was used, starring Rod Taylor, written by Richard Matheson and Rod Serling at the time. Of course, there's the Star Trek Next Generation episode, Remember Me. The Forgotten with Julianne Moore also comes to mind. But my particular variation of it is greatly based, again, on the original short story, probably with a little bit of Final Destination twist kind of melded in there. So that is where it came from. And of course, being on the extras portion of this thing, you have to acknowledge where it was. I also want to bring in the fact that the two actresses that came in to play the roles of Allison and Rebecca were originally found during the casting of The Sweet Still Life. But they did such a great job during those particular casting sessions that it almost felt like a shame not to use them for something. And just given in the delivery that they both gave respectively in their particular auditions, I thought that, well, here's this script that I have. Why not ask them to do that? And of course, the script is pretty concise, required two actresses, not a lot of other stuff. It's perfect. And they were perfect. They did a fine job in coming in and helping out and really bringing that stuff to life. So here it is, Forgotten Souls, and I hope you enjoy it.